Chris, Chris, I want gun with you between Behrooz and Ruby. Okay?
Rubiel.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the former Miss Olympia Brandon Curry. The Oxygen Gym has got such an elite crew this year. There is so much muscle here in that picture that was posted by Orskleshinsky recently. So Brandon Curry is the most experienced active IFB pro in there. So after Abdullah, who was his former coach, after he appeared on the Menace podcast and he revealed some things that weren't known before. The most important one was that it takes a lot of time for Brandon to get in shape, and we are just at 12 weeks out mark. So there is a big question mark on which version of Brandon Curry will show up this year at the Olympia. So Abdullah said that he needs 25 weeks to get Brandon ready for the Olympia. But the thing is, Brandon has never been the most sharp guy on the stage. He has never been the most conditioned guy up there. It was always his roundness, his 3D looking muscle bellies, and most importantly, his aesthetics that allowed him to win the Arnold, as well as the biggest bodybuilding title in the world, Miss Olympia. So considering Brandon's age, and the fact that he's starting this prep so late during the year, in my opinion this might be a tough year for Brandon. The thing is, the young guys are young, they're hungry, and most importantly, they're improving at such a fast pace. So Brandon's lowest placing at the Olympia since 2019, it has been 4th. He was 4th in 2022, as well as in 2023. So if he's able to place top 4 again this year, I believe that is going to be such a huge accomplishment, considering the point he's at in his career. So the other guys out there in Oxygen Gym Kuwait, they are putting in some awesome work. Pron is now under 2 weeks out of Dubai Pro. And for those of you guys who do not know, this isn't Pron's first trip to Oxygen Gym. It was either 2019 or 2018 when Pron was the reigning classic physique champion, when he went to Kuwait to go to a training camp, and amazingly years later, when Pron is 43 years old, the man is still doing that at the highest level. So last year before the Olympia, the IFBB Pro League increased the weight limits for classic physique division. So Pron has now done 3 shows so far after they upped the weight limits, and he has been able to bring an improved look in every single one of these shows. So based on Pron's past record, and how he is able to peak 100% for every single show, winning Dubai Pro, that should not be a problem for him. So Pron was able to beat a guy like Orskleshinsky at this year's Arnold UK, who has been placing top 3 in the world for the last 2 years. So he made that very clear that he isn't going anywhere anytime soon. The question is, will he be able to beat his Arnold Classic shape in less than 2 weeks' time? So if there is anyone out there who can still improve his looks at the age of 43, that I have to say is Pron. So talking about Dubai Pro, all the eyes are on Pron's training partner, Rubiel, aka Nexilla. So what kind of a performance he's gonna deliver in Dubai? All the bodybuilding fans are waiting to see that happen. So he had no distractions whatsoever at the Oxygen Gym. And the thing is, he has been grinding really hard for the last 14 weeks. So there is 100% certainty that Rubiel will be better here compared to what we saw at his pro debut at Prague last year. And to be fair, he posed really well for a guy who was making his debut. And I 100% believe that he's gonna be better this time around. So the former coach of Brandon Curry, Abdullah, who is out there in Kuwait, he was willing to bet $100,000 with Chris Cormier when Chris said that Rubiel is gonna beat Behrooz in Dubai.
He wants to bet
If
you.
you Ruby beat Behrooz, I give you 100K.
Oh,
Okay.
so
We heard it.
100K?
So, I ain't got 100K, but if you want to give me 100K.
So I'm not really sure whether that statement was made based on something new that Abdullah saw in Rubiel during his stay in Oxygen Gym Kuwait, or this opinion is based on his physique from Prague last year. In any case, that is a bold statement, and we all know Behrooz is such a fierce competitor, just like Hadi Choban. That man has a warrior mentality, so he is already qualified for this year's Miss Olympia. But there should be zero doubts in anyone's mind that Rubiel is gonna take Dubai Pro lightly. So the guy with the biggest neck, as well as the biggest legs in current bodybuilding, it is gonna be so awesome to see him back on the stage and in this kind of lineup. Do not forget, Nathan Yesha is also in this show in Dubai. He's a 12 times IFB Pro champion, which by the way are the most number of IFB Pro wins currently. In the current roster of men's open class, no one has as many wins as Nathan. So you guys wanna know the mindset of Nathan going into this year's Dubai Pro? Just look at this caption. He wants to be a 13 times pro champion next weekend. And he is pushing to his absolute limits to achieve that. So based on the results of Spain, Italy and Portugal, Dubai Pro is turning out to be so unpredictable that Nathan Diasha can be as high as first, or he can be outside of the top 3 as well. So he got beat by both Behrooz and Rubiel last year in Romania and Prague respectively. But the thing is, he was able to beat William Bonac just last weekend, and William Bonac was able to beat an improved version of Behrooz. So this show is also wide open for any one of these guys to take it. Mona Lisa of bodybuilding Andrew Jack released this physique update. That really broke the internet. So no idea why isn't jumping to Dubai Pro and get that extra cash. Because if that was the case, all the predictions for Dubai Pro, they would have one person winning, and that is Andrew Jack. Because the thing is, if he decides to jump into this show, that is gonna be absolutely nuts for all the bodybuilding fans. But the thing is, as of right now, he's just committed to doing Texas Pro. So is that the most perfect physique in the men's open bodybuilding right now, especially from the front? I have to say there is a strong argument for that. He might be needing more size from the side and from the back, but from the front, Andrew Jack is just lights out. He's Miss Olympia. Because the guy has everything. The size, the weight, the statics, the flow. He checks every single box. So Texas Pro is now more than 3 weeks away, and this picture isn't even the most recent one. So Andrew's conditioning will be even better right now compared to what we are seeing in this picture. So Andrew definitely has put on some solid size in this offseason. And honestly, the way him and his team are prioritizing shape and aesthetics in the last 2 years, Andrew might be able to place as high as top 4 in the world, maybe even higher than that. But do let me know what you guys think. Can he beat the likes of Samson Dauda? So I made this guess a while back in one of my videos, that Angel Calderon is gonna do Dubai Pro. Because the thing is, he isn't qualified for Miss Olympia 2024 in either the men's open or the 212. So why not do a show that not only allows you to secure your Olympia spot for this year, but also pays you the most amount of prize money? So the thing is, I have no idea how he is gonna pull it off. Come down to 212 pounds, because previously he was weighing in the 250s, which strited glutes in the off-season. And that is why he went for the men's open bodybuilding at this year's New York Pro. And although he wasn't able to do that well at this year's New York, and personally I think he looked really incredible, but even then, he wasn't even able to make the first call out. And that just goes to show us that a top 3 guy from the 212 class, he was unable to make the first call out in an Olympia qualifier for the men's open. That is how tough and difficult men's open bodybuilding really is. Plus the guys who were top 3 at this year's New York, Martin, Nick, and Antonio Burton, they are all going to be finishing in the Olympia top 10 this year. So Angel is a top-ranked guy in the 212 class, and his placing speaks for themselves. He was able to beat a former Miss Olympia Kamal last year, and placing as high as 2nd in the 212. Even that is a huge accomplishment. And that just goes to show us that that is where he belongs. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.